So today's video is going to be a new version of an exercise I had at the end of No Self, No Problem, and it's all about identity. In fact, the self problem is an identity problem, and I could have called the book No Identity, No Problem. But that's where humans are at. That's what we do. We're so good at pattern perception that you can't throw a bunch of random stars in the sky without us imposing patterns. We'll see warriors and animals. And of course, what is that system going to do when it turns inward? It's going to see a self in so many different manifestations. And so at the end, I ask various questions to ponder this. Am I the job that I work at? Am I the age society tells me? Am I my level of education? Am I my emotions? Am I my desires? And so we could play with this. And again, don't take any exercise on identity too seriously, because that's just the left brain doing its thing. But we could answer all these in the affirmative. And so I'm going to go through and I'm going to answer it from my illusion of separation. And of course, take a little time, and it's only 5 questions, but it'll be worth it. I think this is a really good exercise. And again, answer in affirmative. Yes, I'm a professor. Yes, I'm 58. Yes, I'm college educated. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I want peace. And so once you have your list, the whole point of this exercise is to show you what humans do is very tricky. We take verbs, and so it's true. Maybe I profess. Maybe I'm professing now. We take verbs and then we turn them into things like I'm a professor, and then we turn them into identities as if these mean anything. And they don't. And that's the purpose of this exercise, to show that if we look at the criteria for reality and we say, can I experience it? You can't experience me as a professor. You might say, oh, I know Chris, he's a professor. Okay, show me that. And you can't, because it's a verb. And it's something that we've turned into an identity. So I left academia in 2022. And so did I suddenly lose an identity? Well, in a way, I did. It's all illusory, but it felt like that. But it's not true, because I still professed on this channel. I gave lectures and I professed all the time, even to break the small talk on occasion. And so there's still the verb still comes and goes, because that's what verbs do. But when you turn it into an identity and a thing, then suddenly it's something that can be found or lost and once found again. And so go through all of these. Okay, can I see a professor? No, I can't. It's just a made-up word to describe a happening. How about 58? Well, 58's a great shortcut if you want to get the gist of how many times this meat suit has spun around the sun. But you can't see it as an experience. You can't feel it as an experience. It's just a made-up mental shortcut, like all of language. Of course, same thing with college educated, being excited or any desire. You can't see any of these. They're made up words that we gave to describe a happening that comes and goes. But what us humans have done is we've turned them into nouns and we've turned them into identities. And that's where the suffering comes in. And so whatever your list is, go through, experience for yourself that these are made up. You cannot directly experience any of these made up identities. And once humans, because we're the only species on the planet that plays the identity game. I mean, there are whales out there, dolphins, dogs, and they're not playing identities like we do. And to a large extent, that's why they don't suffer.